Okay, so the other day I was scrolling on ArtStation, as usual, and then I found this amazing concept by, wait, Postal and Bone? Okay, and I knew I just had to do it. So I am a 3D character artist, so basically turning 2D concepts like this into 3D is what I do. It wasn't the first time that I created a kind of lizard.
It's a gecko.
It's the same. So I was saying, I already made this mage lizard and also this other lizard.
Oh, so all this lizard knowledge you have made you go real quick.
Yeah, no. And I'm not even that fond of lizards. Anyways, I jumped into it and started sculpting in Zbrush. I didn't go too far into the details at this stage, because I first like to have the right topology for my mesh. So I sculpted until my shapes were white, exported it, and re-imported it inside of Maya. So the part that follows can also be done in Blender if you want.
Blender sucks.
Shh, not you kid. Let them believe. So I went in Maya and used the Quadro tool, which is the must tool to do the retopology of your characters. For my legs and arms, I tend to place 4 polygons, one in each direction, and then add one edge between all 4. I eventually will subdivide that again to have 16 edges around it. The good student I am remembered that you should always have wings around important parts, such as the eyes and the mouth. But you also remembered that you should always cheat when you can, especially in 3D, so I didn't even model the interior of the mouth. I also modeled his hands and feet directly in Maya and didn't sculpt them. I think it's easier and you have a better result at the end. I then created his clothes and little props. To create the belts, I used the Quadro tool, as the topology will automatically stitch on the geometry and it will take its shape like a belt would. I was then forced to model a pair of scissors, even if I don't like hard surface.
Me neither. What's hard surface?
The model was done, I then returned again in Zbrush to add the folds on the clothes and refine some parts of the body. I then exported everything and went in Substance Painter to do the textures.
Hey, but I saw you can also texture in Blender.
Yeah, but I don't have a free crack of Blender, okay? I can't afford it. So I did with what I had and went in Substance Painter. I made one material for the clothes and one for the body, that way I could easily hide the clothes if I wanted to paint on my body. Okay, so let's continue. I made the scales with the map, that is quite the result I was looking for. I then managed the different colors, painted by hand some stains, and his body was good to go. I was reaching toward the end, now I just needed to texture quickly the props.
Texture quickly the props, like it's that easy. Here ain't bragging. Hey, but you went fast forward, that's not fair.
The textures were finished, now I needed to export them. And link them to the character in Maya. I had the idea that he could store some fireflies in a spot, so I scattered a simple sphere using mesh. I made them slightly emissive, and here's the result. At the end, I put my character in a pose by using lattices and moving polygons by hand. So before showing the end result,
Oh man.
for everyone who is interested in seeing the complete process and have access to the scene file and the Substance Painter file, this product is available on my Gumroad store. In the back you will find all the objects, textures, videos and scene files from this project. The link is in the description.
But hey, you know we can see the final result on this box. You spoiled it.
Oops, well, forget you saw the final render and just try to act surprised, because here is the final render.
Wow.